Okay, I am excited. There's a lot happening here at the moment after we're back after December break. Sato Trading's back in full swing again. We've got our first jobs and busy running on that side of things, which is good. And then CK Designs, trying to get things going with that, which is my focus for the beginning of this year now, is to get things moving on that front. So we've got about 10 different products that are already made or designed. 90% of them are bent, powder coated and ready for packaging. Now, packaging is a big thing for us because it's how it's presented to the customer when it's delivered or collected, or however that customer gets it in their hands. But the same as how I feel every time I open an Apple product, and people always talk about Apple products, but that feeling that you get when you open that product is what people actually pay for as well. So not that our products really need that, but or to that degree, but I still want to make it a bit of an experience opening it, and just something cool to look at, the feel of it and how we go about it. So there's not going to be just plain boxes and that. They're going to be branded. There's going to be some decals and some Easter eggs in that inside. So what we need to do is, because that we're not running huge quantities at the moment, we're still getting a feel for what we're building and our customer base and so forth. What I've done is I've purchased a couple of things here, which is sorry, about to fall. Sorry, I was playing with this light because it's not ideal on that side there. But this basswood that we're going to start cutting some templates and using it for spray paint to spray the initial boxes. So it's very, very rudimental, but it's a quick and easy way to start branding some of the boxes off the bat. So I was quite lucky, been dealing with a couple of guys and speaking to guys with branding and quantities, and that just don't warrant the quantities that we need. The price, it just doesn't add up for us at the moment. So what I've done is a bit of Googling and found out that I can cut on this vinyl cutter. I can actually cut that basswood and then use that for some of our branding that on the boxes. So that will be a good start. It will work quite well, which I'm quite excited to get going. As well as on this, we can do some of the branding and so forth with regards to decals and that, also on the shirts and that. So get that side of it going. Very, very simple, keeping it all in-house at the moment because we can't afford for any other way. And it's exciting to do it hands-on, to get things going and that, which is quite cool. So lots on the go in terms of that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to film us cutting that and see if it works. I don't know if it's going to work, if it's not going to work. I'm hoping it does. So you guys will see if it does or doesn't, and branding some of the boxes and that, which will be pretty cool when we get going with regards to that. And then just having a look at this office at the moment. There's a lot of work that needs happening here. It's not my office, but it's an additional office. We've got all this vinyl and heat transfer and stuff that needs to go and make some storage for it. I was trying to figure out how we're going to put it onto the walls, etc. But I think I'm literally just going to use this roller wheels here, build a frame around it, and then stick a whole bunch of PVC pipes in it, and then we can literally just bang them all in the PVC pipes, because we're building up that stuff quite quickly with regards to buying it every couple of days, just various different colors for personal work shirts, my guys with the other business, branding their clothes and that, rather than outsourcing as well. So keeping it simple. I like things organized, as you can see, but that doesn't fly for me. So yeah, busy with that, excited about it. Let's get going. Okay, so this is me attempting to do our stenciling for the branding on the boxes. And this is one of the first boxes for the bicycle horizontal bike hangers for storage. So we're going to measure this up here. We're probably looking at a little bit bigger. Make it 110 mils. for the side of that. So this is going to be on this basswood. We're going to draw it up on the computer now quickly, or it's already drawn up because it is our logo, but I'm going to import it, put it onto the computer, and then put this down onto one of the mats, tape it down because it is obviously a little bit harder than cutting any of the vinyls. Send it across to the vinyl cutter, and if all goes right, we should have a decent stencil to start spray painting our logos onto the boxes. So we'll have different sizes. This is probably the medium size, and we'll probably have one about 60 mils for the smaller phone holders, for the phone stands, and then some of the bigger stuff for the fishing rod holders, etc. So let's get started. So this really isn't rocket science, just sizing it up to roughly where we need it. Hit make. Going to put onto a mat. It's quite a thick board, so I'm only very impressed if it cuts. The biggest problem is that when it does cut, and it probably will, is us not breaking them when we're using them. So I might have to put some little dowels, etc. around it to stiffen it up, and as not to break them with regards to spraying continuously over and over with all the different boxes. So let's get to this. I'm going to get a mat and then stick this down. Let's set it back inside here and putting it onto a mat, and I'm going to rotate. Doesn't actually matter, but it's the angle that our logo is. Keep it simple. Now it's basswood. Let's have a look. No. Basswood. And this here was, I think it doesn't tell us the thickness. I presume that is a 0.8. It's definitely not 1.6. Let me just confirm here on the paper. 6-inch. Verniers in the factory, so I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. We're ringing a chat. I do believe that is it. Right. And to the machine. But if you do not have a knife blade, unload your mat to change the tool. Well, there is one there. Let us double check. We do definitely have a knife blade there. Probably would have been a better idea to change it, but this is a pretty new blade. You're going to bang that back in there. I'm doing this one-handed. And let's give it another try. Okay, I'm putting you on hold because it's not reading the knife blade. Let me figure this out, and I'll come back to you as soon as I have. Okay, so I've just found out that the Cricut, which is what this vinyl cutting machine is, the knife blade and the fine point blade are two different things. So I've got a fine point blade in here, it's not the right thing, it's not going to work. I've got to go and get a knife blade which has got a mechanical gear on it, which is directional, allows you to cut a lot thicker things. So get one of those, and then I'll bang it in here and continue with this, and then hopefully we should have some results. Okay. Okay, I'm trying something else because I'm on a budget and I've just found out that the actual other blades are like 1,300 rand. So I've gone and bought myself a whole bunch of cardboard and we're going to give it a bash with some cardboard. Some of it's pretty thick, the same as what that is, and the basswood, but I've got some thinner ones. I might try and cut 2 of them and then laminate it up with the standard blades. See what we can do on it with this. I'm going to start on the medium thickness. It's probably the closest we're going to get, and we'll give it a bash from there. So let's get this lined up and bang it on the machine, see how it runs. Then we might have to put a little bit of tape on this as well in the corners. Kaboom! Oh, sugar and timbers. It's right. I'm gonna save it. Leave all that nonsense and that. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have gone heavy or harder. Looks like we're actually going right here. She's looking pretty. But I do think I should have gone a bit deeper. We'll figure it out in a moment. And that's all she wrote. Let's see how she did. Bang you back in a stand here. That is cut through. Whether we have to laminate it or not. One little spot there. Might be a good idea to laminate. But that there is going to give us a perfect stencil to start spraying our logos on the boxes for deliveries. Okay, so as you can see, it worked like an absolute treat. It's obviously a bit time consuming that we've got to do this stuff ourselves, but for the first couple of months, we're going to be banging these out the simple way, just like this. And what I did after that, I did another one with our website that's going to be on there. And what we're probably going to do is color code each of the website details with the product that's inside, so small details like that. And started packaging the first one up. a couple of decals on that inside. So this is the start, lots more to come. Thank you very much for watching. By the way, I said I was going to do the trolley. We're getting going with that. Painted, a couple of colors put on there. So looking better. We're going to get that storage rack going for 3D printing filament, spray cans, and the vinyl for the logos and decals that are going inside here.